eba nesa enti monye ready say dia meto eye adwom but me mount ya say Adom TV and 9 lessons no ye bro and carols no ye bro na hihye ni bro nya aban ko de unim pefe say ade adwumadi so ko bekoso enti faka o timetable no say onyame Adom a on the 16th of December 2023 on National Theatre and you may know so and you may know adwumadi ni hyase no ade a ye de enkomo kese pa ana ebro na enkomo fiber na kuma wood stars no they will come and give us a good treat on that day say the afibia na ye no Adom TV 9 lessons na aye carol no ye de bebre mo na fi ye di enkomo ahodo pi this time Perez music obeba sanso na KK Fusu ono so ebe na kuma wood stars no so ene omudi djuma biribia da no ono so ebeba betai eye ye chi na men safa we entwam se okomi kroma hafo so a me chia obia me mo bibia so yakọ especially when nana ya owusu hyewu abusuapen edafom enti asem kese pa na da o makenya ase number 1 ably supported by number 2 ye di nana usu betumpem nyame yadma yawada November ni de toso ediasa ewo house number NT53 Kenya se number 1 ahafo regional 7 making yawada krona no ni asa kopene krabia ewo Royal Cemetery and so Kenya se number 1 na yawada krona yatena se ewo old funeral grounds so Kenya se number 1 ahafo na the question da no so no yakodase the 3rd of December 2023 yakodas Roman Catholic Church o Kenya se number 1 afo yanko tai abriu ene nana hema sonko yanko tai onachi na owuntimi enko kata hyewu abusuapan nana ya usu kata da chikama kama na Kenya se number 1 hema adutwumwa mosa also anopay matcha one one ewo number 2 enyina the abeto jana pay ni sisia nso free New Patriotic Party amanyuku no krata General Secretary edenensa ashase na menkenkan quickly emfa emma or say for immediate release November 20, 2023 for feature of membership pursuant to the provision of Article 391 of the New Patriotic Party Constitution. The leadership of the New Patriotic Party has taken notice of recent activities of Hope Sinadoye, Yao Boabina Samoa, Nana Ohene Into, and Boniface Abubakar Sadiq, which includes publicly endorsing the candidature of a person other than the duly elected presidential candidate of the party, His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, in spite of their flagrant breach of the party's constitution, particularly Articles 35A and 4 and 391, the aforenamed men still hold themselves out as members of the New Patriotic Party, NPP. For the avoidance of doubt, Article 35A 4 of the NPP Constitution enjoins all members of the party to abide by and publicly uphold the decisions of the party. In addition, Article 391 of the Constitution provides as follows: a member of the party who stands as an independent candidate against the officially elected member of the party, or who joins or declares his or her support for another political party or for an independent candidate whom the party has sponsored a candidate in a general or by-election, automatically forfeits his or her membership of the party. In line with the constitutional provisions, it is the view of the NPP that Hope Sinadoye, Nana Ohene Into, Boniface Abubakar Sadiq, and Yao Boabina Samoa have automatically forfeited their membership of the party, They are therefore no longer members of the MPP. The MPP entreats its members to remain true to their duties as per Article 3(5) of the Constitution. We further call upon all members to bear in mind that the party's focus is to unite its ranks and rally the support of Ghanaians to make history by winning the 2024 elections. And it's signed Justin Kodua Frimpong, General Secretary, the New Patriotic Party. I don't think such a secretary. The tougher body in the nipa. I am born Dean Suyera, Hopes in Adoy, Yera Abubakar Sadiq, Anafi, Yera Boabina Samoa, Sa Nkofu, and Yero Henning too. MPP Amanyo Kuno, Uti the General Secretary, or say, on soon your mobile, your money, Yebino, and a party, and Mrano, Eboebra. It is free sabri, echo the name dear. And yadia MPP Amanyo Kuno. Ono ejitum se sa nkofukui a part of the New Patriotic Party. Now ona sa she party many now so say party no mo komonim no botai simoni so ne say obetimi aka mo ho abom na abato so nko eda monim 2024 abato no motimi agina akokopa edi nkunim. On that note, Mamema Era Thompson Akwaba Ojina MPP anem kasabiri bia da obabi bia radio ana TV ana lecture ana seminar ana workshop bia no the interest of the New Patriotic Party ana or the servo. Here at Thompson Akwaba.
Yeah.
This is from your General Secretary.
Yeah.
A stranger, na?
Baby. Make sure be out and or share and pay. Na party bia ana kuo bia eko kahwa or mbra was ejuma because odo bia hu kuo or join say kuo no you can't serve two masters. You need to be straight and forward with whoever you are serving. It is adjoin MPP. Then you need to help and make sure say the party works to win the elections. Obi anyim dey say nyama ma ayezi. Obi anyim dey say elections are oyezi. So if we don't bring our ranks and file together, if obi ambana obi ayesa or ope wo ikonuma, me yesure the obebuah hin. Inti General Secretary Azawa yen on Nampanyufon on the Asempa.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just make a turn and be back. No, nya better sa cheche media my yakoba sisa.
Now SNET for a tokes. And now you're SNET member. And as I say, one can saw you with Juma. A quenya baba. So betacoso. Now what tia was SNET into tour. Now that you want for your mobile. To an amos this year was SNET and crabata be a benwo. None want to chinkomo. If a quenya or betacoso. No word cheer on Tituano. Make them form out. So be to Sana Moy. Na dache one kwa mobile. Me too. So don't hobedom SNET. And she share a friend Sissy. Catch your waterful, Unyanum, Wasarma, and no born no so for. Say, snit, Eddie seed about, Upian Fanna Hunim, a yo that you, Fanna personal.
So, Asaba, well, Bekofian Peduni, a year daching, a mosquito, no. Aye, indeed. Here are Thompson, one who so. It's in order.
Yeah.
So, hopes in the General Secretary Cano. No, he need to win an omunco.
Oh, yes. If you are saying, say, for presidential and work or two, and I will support you before, then it means I won't be party in Brano. So we'll have to let you go and work for the person. If you are ready to come and work for us, then you have to go according to Mbrano, party in Mbra. And then Mbra says, once we elect a presidential candidate. If maybe Omo can be before the presidential candidate, that's a different thing. But once we've elected a presidential candidate, the focus is on the person who has been elected, the flag bearer of the party, and we all work for the interest of the party and not for individual interest. In meeting, I can't come and sit down and just condemn my party for condemning sake because I can't come and sit down now because me support another candidate as against the flag bearer. I to say, then I just go haywire and just start saying things about the flag bearer. I can't, as much as I might maybe disagree with some of the things that ABM President Akana be once I'm part of the party and it's a general decision of the party, I have to support it. And that is it. That's how we work. That's why we have individual differences, but once it's a collective decision of the party, we all have to work with it. Because until once I work with now you have to be part of it. Otherwise, you have to move aside for those younger ones who want to become part of it, to come in and work for the party. Okay,
so it brings to question First Deputy Speaker, is he a member of the New Patriotic Party?
First Deputy Speaker.
Yes, or is the Second Deputy Speaker?
Is the Second Deputy
Speaker, yeah.
Deputy Speaker.
Is he a member of the party?
At the moment, he takes sides with the party. He's an independent candidate, but he takes sides with the party. At the moment, he can decide to now come back in the next elections and come back to the party and work for the party. But for now, he's on the side of the MPP at Parliament.
Oh, I see. Now, what's your papa? A fine gentleman. What's that? Former deputy road minister, life boy. Whether in power or in opposition, life goes on. What's yonder? Oh yeah. Former NIB deputy.
Yes.
So a gentleman. No, he's a very decent member of parliament. Yeah.
Straight away tells you say.
The only thing I have me and say. The only thing I have me and say, you are considered as a running mate.
When I know we can
also you are considered as a running mate.
We are considered.
Yeah.
That's why I find.
I have me because on the Nikohwa, one who had a coffee. The constituency, or no matter afraid to be so they former deputy minister. Rose.
In fact, if you ask me, I would have said that if Nakanini Bas flag bearer and pay good because they dress in any BBR, you can lead the party.
I think
a party of over 5 million people.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be repeating flag bearers.
Oh, no, they never
once I walk we have a fine gentleman. We have a fine gentleman now. And we have diverse ideas. Yeah, they back on board. And any papa ideas that
I don't know back
I can't say we are nice gentlemen. We are nice gentlemen. What I mean, we are nice gentlemen. That's why you do so was saying. Why you do was saying.
Something can find to some kind more.
But you can find
as a fancy. Thompson, as more in the NDC party in the moment, or a part to the or a part to Usiho Putsi, Painful. In the young painful woman, no marker some legitum. The young president, President Mama Yafanas flag bearer, honor in legitum, making to Mende, Magnet Mochina. So before them, Amamuahe, say, Motu Mananimato, whatever it is. He is the supremo. On you be
decide.
Of course, yes.
Who should be?
I don't know, but decide. The bottom gender, you have Fandoni, you have
decide who should be his
and making reference then 5 million people.
By the side.
Oh, what's that?
Transport
also a
former transport
deputy road minister.
Deputy or just a road minister.
Also, but running meeting, Yama partner is in Yajuma. And I am the Makama.
But it's worrying. On say ABIA TH, say you have your flag bearer. Or share Jumana see ye Jumasha see crowd the issue I didn't be to. In fact, this week or early next week, Dr. Mahmoud Baomianso ever spell out the issue I didn't. Now early next year, I'm sure by January or the running meet, ever to
yeah.
So I tell you, and it's worrying to some of us that. Oh, it's worrying to some of us that this is a former president, Unimdioye, I say kusani just say ebi amene ha me. But omo do nim de omo ye. Ati me na tell say ye tie no. Observers are
because
worried.
you are part of the system.
Me a part, me a stakeholder in the NBC
system, yeah.
because a potential government in waiting. That continues to be my challenge.
Oh yeah.
You know, me then say, what is really stopping our Excellency John Dramani Mahama to really respond to some of these things? What's happening?
Answer no, maybe I mean can be the choice of running mates is always at the prerogative of the person who has been elected as the leader of the party.
Yeah.
Usually, I know say everybody wants to know who is going to support you and who is going to partner you to make sure say nyama best.
Yeah.
But I think say sometimes we should also give the person a chance, even though him say John Mahama now I can say sometimes want to mean take decisions near the end. Yes, na at least on at this right time on choosing him ebe bata.
Your mama no
can say in his book that he wrote can say decision one of his biggest books. Oh,
say there must be book no. Or be better twisted things. Baba also street.
Mama nika. O da talk about no. E talk say council ke kisin tsadi. President Mama don't think also to take decision.
And the book no so sure. What's his biggest problem? His biggest challenge is to take
no, I have asked a very specific question.
About na ha MPP for why when ejuma yes time aso. President Mama or experienced person. Why president to that?
Very experienced.
I think ejuma you want to one and no kasa no mama ka say we. And then now no what yakodi ji bia. You be kan asem one day. Okay. And say President Mama that can asem na to sabio. Because I work plan you no crowd when bia. But all standards, of course, yes. But all standards. What paying President Mama? One person one Akufo and Bamio, one pay President Mama.
One question.
I'm going to say, so worry. Kind of in into President Mama, no. Ye, don't know the him. Woman, no can end this in show. And this one, and better, but you have say, MPP Bankota, why I them know. You want to share or party. Then repayment, when the man paper, your council of elders or Papa Nasu, you know, so on is into repayment. Ne obi obedi n'echi no oso baba enti yempe no obi abo pushie of course oh me to them sa wan ba wo me we yini na so be yi no ochi obi na ba so fe anye o hihye wo message obi nya abotare yempe obi abo pushie jesus I want wodo waka asem je wontai ena jesus akode chi ho chire mpi ni mo ya di ma yete ha ma so fo na ji ne pos Ghana economic mess na so kan wasam enti abrante abatira ha kan wasam manfa president mama mbem on ka don tum take decision Munia, my bears know the Micho, Metum catcher. Now, what it was a Mafantana. Like Mamma Time, I beat the banner. It was maybe with it. Maybe with it. But Mamma Government, show on the book. And the Amani, Eddie Kine, Maminchia, President Mama. Say, Nankasana, that's in front of another, the Jameson Mabbe. Now, some abandonment, Chana. Mateso me moya we so concern to yemi sha no kan no kono koniye on fa mbra somdwi mu obi bia on fa mama so ohun mu mpo ani so de betia no say asem bi na kwanhye bi nsinu moja no kan anim yemi kan no fa mbra somdwi mu
of course o plead the blood
of course yes
he's pleading the blood
so woni obi bia obedi agro wo ohun mu moja no kan anim ya ani susu boka ho kusa ani su da sa yen nipa na woni so mpo ani so moja no yundi na me fan on kan fan braso ndwimu na bechia no minche me party form party mpemfo ne ade wo mo hwe yen bi che bibia mi hu ache
papa
na maba me nyaje na kama bada da traffic o na so fo pepe na asmato nti di ma ba haso nti gojaf nti eja Thompson musu bi che o na wono ha ye gbenya mi cheche ma me pesa so fo what size fo
yeah
mo sonfo mo ba Bubia James and Mabahai. Yame Madoma, Madabahaya, Mabatra.
But it's a no contest. What is about your constituency? And just Onyamia Demonquani here is a no contest. If there is anybody standing against you from the MPP camp, there is no contest. It's a no contest. So there's no contest.
But it can change one day.
No. No. It's a no. Ajo no kase.
I won't be there for that.
And I may say Ajo no kase. No kwano. Maybe the constituents will be re-looking at that decision.
Vice president says, "Yeah, Uncle Bio."
That is where me move on.
I can change it to an NPP.
That's a summary king. Meet the vice president, meet the president, me have a do, man could be whatever it is. NDC, yes, it.
Yeah.
Oh, but one day it can change.
If you ever one day.
Current economic hardships becoming unbearable for Ghanaians. Current economic hardships becoming unbearable for Ghanaians, Catholic bishops. The Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference has asked the government to take urgent steps to stabilize the economy to bring relief to many Ghanaians who have to bear with the current economic difficulties. According to the bishops, the current economic hardships are becoming unbearable for Ghanaians. The Catholic bishops who rose from their 2023 annual conference on Saturday, November 18, held in Sunyani, said, while they acknowledge the impact of the current global economic crisis, which has affected the growth of Ghana's economy, and also appreciate government efforts to mitigate the impact of the crisis on Ghanaians, it is also true that we as a country have not been able to manage our economy well. They said the poor management of the economy, coupled with a myriad of persistent challenges, has contributed to the current economic woes in which we find ourselves, requiring that we resort again to the IMF for growth and stability. We also call on government to use the right approach in implementing policies, reduce its size, minimize waste, promote the common good, review and remove all of the abuses related to benefits in Article 71 of the Constitution of Ghana. The Conference of Bishops said in a communique they issued at the end of the plenary, the 2023 conference was held under the theme Fostering Growth of the Catholic Church in Ghana through collaborative ministry, and they keep talking. Well, what I tell them to some of these things is very worrying. What will be your very first reaction to this one?
Zinchia Kesema, flag bearer of the party, or Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia. Coupon wage in the Onzi party lady. There were Jesse one more there. Year wage and wage in war asopim, wage in war adrian pip. Na one my says here as a yen there, Yamabe ye, as say. Obia Wagan Habia, Omahin, say, ye can there, or can there on ya who trim, na ya boy. And yet, as that, or ye Ghana hankuting, or ye the world over. We ain't economic cruncher. Almost every nation oracle through at this point, and yenyim Saint Ye Duhan, and then Ansiampo President Stem COVID Bell kind there. We know how to bring the economy back to life, but we don't know how to bring the dead bodies back. It was something he was telling us there. Says ya COVID awabi first and other year there will save lives, which he did. He saved as many lives as possible. Ma yenya nsusondo to the other countries, Italy na azemosi nkofuna wu left, right, center, forward then. And now no, the most important thing now is to address the economic challenges that you face. Some people are getting worse situations, some people are getting better situations. But what about Ghana? Ghana yenzing there, you better make sure there the ordinary Ghanaian who is walking on the streets, no, at least obenyane izban wezi, obenyane baby wada. Ono na oye aza ohia yentitu. Enti says ya ejuma biara yeri bia is to make sure say one there's abundance of food. Yen budget now the target is to the agri sector especially and aquaculture to make sure the food abundance awo. Ohia yen there maybe make sure there is bana nipa benye izize at least oba brodoma wahabo foam. And that is the most essential thing or there. Then now you look at the other aspects of the economy. And there you inflation, but if the ordinary person no pockets, no kutokum, on yeska into is ban and is ban or cotton, simple peso kitan, Obama your friend their purchasing power wakofoba or yeninara. And that is what we are working on. Minister Ballas or catcher and at least we've taken a bend that results are horrible. Nancy Meshe World Bank one releases Naza Worm was say Ghana is even going faster than they envisaged, which tells us there we are doing something in the right direction. But or there yema or contempt because people are still suffering. People are still having their hit by this Ebetina Yenyanom say, oh, and the World Bank said over 800,000 people were under the poverty line, which is true. But when you look at the whole of Africa, it's over 5 million people now work under the poverty line. And that is a worrying thing for the whole of Africa. But we are concerned about our own. And we'll make sure, say, whatever we can do to bring people back on the pedestal, but it's not going to be an easy journey. It's not an easy journey anywhere. And, you know, to turn economies that have gone bad into a good a site, you know, and yes, this is where we find ourselves in. This is the state we find ourselves in, and that is where we are going. And the president has admitted that times are hard. Times are difficult, and it's working for him.
It's becoming a normal communication.
No, it's not a normal communication.
Times are tough.
I mean, at the beginning,
what do you do to change the times are tough?
At the beginning, yes, started.
We are not seeing it. They are at the end, yes, because the Catholic bishops, every day I say it here. There is a clear admission. Obi because of COVID down, I will say, how mind be and now person be in the coffee. That's number one.
Yeah.
Oba your side of the world, because you treat Russia, but no. A man who do our canons, ways and means for survival.
To survive. And that is what we are also doing.
No, it's becoming more. It's becoming more of Yajitum say, and your mama ding.
The first thing is to admit that there are issues.
Sometimes it's very deceptive if you admit.
That is the first and the most
very
important
often, thing. And very often we are admitting, maybe wabon, maybe Mijitum say wabon. Maybe wabon.
What are you doing to make sure
that's the question I'm asking?
And that is what I'm telling you.
That's the question I'm asking.
The first and most important.
So after COVID, we keep saying, Yajitum say bre women more day, bre women more day. So what is happening?
You realize that things are turning around. Inflation.
If you go to
over 50%.
If you go to our ports now, there's a challenge there.
I agreed.
If you get into educational sector, there's a challenge there.
All over no, the ports the shipping charges. Those times it took me $1,000 for shipping charges from maybe China to Ghana. In the year Kasen, it's over $6,000 for shipping charges, which you can't blame the government. And when it comes with other things associated with it. Port charges now, so definitely you don't expect the port to be as fruitful or as moving as it used to be. Challenges are there, and that's what we are saying. That is also where we also get our income, our revenue, to make sure that we grow the nation. So if that has gone down, definitely it will affect our revenue mobilization. Or by affecting. And these are challenges, whether we like it or not, we are facing. We are facing as a nation. And that is why, first of all, we as the drivers of the nation will tell you that, yes, we are facing challenges. What are the steps that you are putting in place to make sure that at least all these challenges, it will go down? And then we've given you the steps. But we'll share the budget I present here. The most important thing and the highest of it all is the food sustainability. Okay. The youth in agric are here push one day. Over 300,000 youth should go into agric. And these are youth, or your first-time farmers make sure that we are driving them, we are moving them with the agric extension officers to go on the affable lands. 10 acres per person. 10 acres. Per person you apply, then 2, they bring you together to have 10 acres. Free land.
One thing this administration has done well is juicy policies, but implementation is becoming zilt. That's the danger.
Well, I'll come to that. Let me finish about this. Let me finish about this right here. And I'll tell you some of the challenges.
Because we are another fantastic,
No, you are dealing with human beings.
Okay, I go game park, but Deputy Minister, former Member of Parliament now, Wasa East. I can't. Interesting conversation behind the scenes. Isaac Ejamensa, Wasa East, Mashebe and the former Deputy Minister, Roads, and so on. Says Alfred Thompson, so can you know NIB or Kasama, the New Patriotic Party, so I want to say. Isaac Ejamensa. Now, this is. I don't want to sound say their cry is a desperate one or the reality on the ground or too late a call. Which one from the Catholic bishops?
Yo, let me show. Among him some chia, a champion. Now, as some of us say, sa suffer kasa, and we economy no one. Nehadri. Nanako fat bamia bang, omani kofa, omanya. Guru kesepa asofo yankanasem or started here with ministers also san ope obi aka na tum dia so yehwe no o ma trust and feel so o ba be ko aso for nesi sen two tap engineer onye wo no makasa na yimbi se ahun sen sema mo ka no e wo ma na nsama ya sofui o mo ka let me tell you Catholic bishop ade o makasa World Bank for mete international committee o mo nyina te and o makso akasa ma aso nkai ni na because enyoma nye yimbi se ahun se nsama asofo mo ka no o ma hene e wo mu ana ampa e wo mu enim se economy o ma mese no bana enim se minu kasai inflation a ti se esin trase ejimi kra na wa enim se higher bar na ye camp professor no me say next bit GDP na yin e to ba sama ka twi mu bibia tini because on down your inflation ni yin ade on ade enti me sere pa say se be ka economy no hu sam ni ade no tombo asem chichi wa chi obi ati krom ha the whole Africa over 52 countries Ghana na inflation edited Nigerian pa just say Adom does over 7 millions of people Africa say yeah yankotin inflation could 45% the corner saying and the bishop with the bishop conference for they are concerned corruption a general man etikroma sika nkofo wi sika ma de bi position bi ne pass ne ade nkofo wi ansa na kwago ye kan say amahene adwuma ni ho emrante nya adwuma nye e side ye tani na sa bishop conference asema kan eno kware na ye tikrom ha na kufado oni ba mo ba man o se kana prokra ye firi aban mu 126 billion 120 billion ni jam say 26 adatum in the question over 600 billion Ghana cedis eka ayam susu da so chire internet kufado say the problems are also no munya no nya dey on market kiti say call Nigeria more over 200 something million people or ministers saying Paul over 130 something ministers wabra president Kufuor president Mahama president Miss Adom do so no dey o ka sem papa baumia untie baumia so ni economic mazaya ono no advice na Kufuor na Kufuor say a lawyer no be your economic wizard that can say only baumia wa advice papa ya manyama asin trase to the extent say you ready budget on economic management team but we are not here onu no here the head of the management team you ready budget ade am gro ho no nyame ya wadom ma people show me what to say na ya flag bearer na Kufuor ne ba budget ko ko ready ora magana for yakọ brother Trembi na bo trust say di boy na ba me hu ba hu ya in the Bank of Ghana so governor on my prentice can say last can was your point but 60 billion is about $9 billion aya basa ye ready budget wa ma mo jai na Kufuor do nsa o konti na nipa de we boni ansa na so ye nti bishop conference o makasa e woman say nim e wom nti ni ministers also on teso na Kufuor teso ma tesa Kufuor ka wontie adan wontie sa ma say bibi akwa dunio economy is in mess. Now they are for budget. What budget? You can 12%, not 12%. They are stabilizing. It's a ha. And a year for 3.9 or 4 cedi to $1. I say you be that. In there, I quote 12% or 12.20%. I say, "Oh my, they enters not from." Why they don't control no coin? Say, but by 5 and 6, 7 bar. 12% you are happy with a stabilizing. It's Bishop Conference. I mean, sure. Obi ahwe ye no mama no anu ntie omo se ndi omo twanya why we expect so bakasa gwa no mama afi no maba nti omo hene ye bo no tofa no media the mama obi na so at the budget no go ready ye no obi ahwe na setrem no hu mama don't be confused about a friend say GDP DKC what no hwe obotom de na koso ahokyera ba ho kyere ye ene aduane kekebe no bo ade hwe woni wo se planting for food planting for food in Duane Krasi, a cream in baby, ye do it Krasi, Krasi, when I say, how do you bring it to the cities? They might do what you knew, mine. You join Duane with Krasi. Constituency, I'm not doing Krasi.
So you admit, sir, it's been a successful program?
Now what do you do? I say, who do you do Krasi and do make room?
But who admit, sir, the program itself, planting for food, nice successful because in Duane, it could
be better. What
Masa, Adriano, about you, it could be better. The issue is, maybe so, over Dabuasi, over Chobasa, over Boasi, and now Sabi, you body and I didn't.
You are an expert in road construction.
The roads have been abandoned.
But I'm wondering why you don't know what goes into construction road, the challenges we face as a country. Now, we're limited to this administration.
The challenge.
But you have been there.
Can I explain to you?
You have been there.
This, in the history of this country, this is the time roads are bad, ever. And I have evidence to prove. Feeder roads have been abandoned. Massa, and we'll say we are planting for food. It should synergize with the rural roads. All rural roads are poor and they are bad. I'm speaking from experience. Why? Maintenance in Choka. Grading Kako, a queen assessor, quite the bossy, a Tobiasi, a Chubasa, I'm mentioning. Any body I didn't go a pro. Of course, the same thing. Because the only thing the only go for bar, all don't kind of bar, on for groom bar, on cheap. Not a big room. Such as I'm the ranking for the roads committee. So the situation is bad. The roads are bad. We have been saying, sir, I was a deputy minister for roads and highways. Records there now show, sir, our roads, particularly rural roads. I'm concerned about rural roads. And rural roads carry over 50% of our total road network. Basic maintenance. These guys are not calling for tar roads. We are calling for just graded roads. And you're concerning yourself with urban roads. So, planting for food, it's interesting. It could be better. You can't yada ifwasi, yada sofonasi. Now, Munkasa idea. To say, also kind one can hear near there. You come with you, Mutia Badwam, because economy no, economy I mess no, Omubuana. So, Amani, we have budget to marry tax. Taxes in Kutia Mode, but tax exemption about 12.5 billion Ghana cedis. Mope, Omadam cronies, about 5.5 billion, Omadaba Parliament, 7.5 is also ever.
No, there are more cronies, say.
Businesses,
the people they deserve
tax exemption.
But tax exemption.
Business or
your criteria, you will be qualified for an exemption in terms of tax. Who named that? In the end, now what and the business and finance minister business mean what is happening in Samitio? Who could be Sabosia Mamacasa opening Mr. Tam soon in India? Bro. You have a try and find what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is, 12.5 billion Ghana cedis. Do you know how much it translates into dollars? More.
So I say, you are calling for tax adjustment for this. Meanwhile, 600 million free IMF buy and then buy and you are giving this money out. Again, some tax about 11.5 billion Ghana cedis. Now, what they 12.5 billion would they check? Now, what's also what's also about tax about 11.5 billion? Adding. So this is what you should be telling people. This government is insensitive. But kind of yankasa, say kasa so. This budget, no more roads as them. In the history, and I'm challenging them. It's not if you talk about roads, it's not about the engineers, no. Majority is about the rural roads. They carry over 50% of our road network. When contractors come they're not paying them. Now banging, and you say unfortunately roads as them. Do you know what is happening? Within a short period of time, they have awarded about 1,500 kilometers contracts. 1,500 contracts.
This administration.
And I'm challenging them. 1,500. Do you know why our roads are bad? Our community, because you the query number contract. You don't see him baby. Now what do you remember contract? Now Professor Joe Bakar said, "Sana road ministry on." Say you contract 1 million. He said it. They've not disputed it.
He couldn't dispute. But the road minister has taken him on court.
Yeah. Also you were cool. Also you were cool.
The road minister has taken him on. They've taken him on.
They've taken him on. Minister, the minister himself is saying, the minister, they are corrupt and they are thieves.
No, that he has said that.
He said that. But that
doesn't so because 1 million, can you manage 1,500 contracts? That's what you 1 million per saying. Now, what the contract with the man who for now saying,
is that what you guys practice now more than
no, it doesn't happen. You know, I'm from the mines. I'm credibility, but you have to know me better.
Mining.
I've been a director in the multinational company, all the major mines in Ghana, more. So me, I have my track record. And if I speak with authority. So that's it. You know something? I don't go like Masa.
Yeah, wrap up.
This starts from but you see, it's important to say. It's clear. The minister is saying, the minister, they have given up. I mean, can you imagine? These are professionals.
Okay.
Now, what this economy is in crisis. Now,
1 minute, we are off.
Say you're taking on one. Who can say you've been a deputy road minister before? You know, well, Parliament or say this is the government that why you roads more than any other.
Who said it?
In this fourth republic?
It's not true.
You know,
it's not true.
No,
I don't know.
You sit here and you stay categorically.
I disputed it.
Your friends and businesses, your friends tax exemptions, and even finance minister or businesses. As finance minister requested for any tax exemption. No, bro. When we are talking about businesses, because you want to win power, you don't just come and say things for they have stated, that's depending on authority, that and now meeting and the date
and the 20th
of
November.
You see 20th of November 2024. Say Ghana yet in a hand, you say that MPP can say they have done it before.
On this note, we don't mind the complaints. We are meeting. Thank you so much. Which one is the mess?
You can't even talk without mentioning about me yesterday.
Which one is the mess? This administration?
Yes.
Everything is messy.
More than
They are bringing the economic measure.
More going to be IMF.
Economic measure.
Yes,
without any international challenge. Without any international challenge.
This one
coming to talk. Yeah, Kasa Mumani said. Yeah,
okay.
What economic challenge and then wait to me.
We are not paying that.
We are paying a debt.
For the first time, you
should know better that you are paying some debt.
We are back at
you want to tell me that you are not paying any debt at all.
You are negotiating on some of the big debts. You are negotiating on some of the big debts. You are defaulted. You should know this.
Thank you.
You are a member of parliament. You know that.